happy barnyard some years ago, a seemingly unimportant event occurred which was destined to vitally affect the future of that little world. Mr. and Mrs. Duck were expecting.
Mama, was ist los? What's this, a dark horse? Sieg Heil!
And so time passed. Hey, Bud, not so fast.
Oh, all right. But time does fly, don't it, Johnny?
Time passed. The bad egg grew to duckhood, and with artistic aspirations dreamed of brush and palette, but ended up with only the brush.
They don't know art, and you see it.
His artistic efforts spurned, he soon turned to other endeavors.
Und vergiss nicht, you dopes, ich bin der aufgeblasene Fresh in Deutschland, in alle Europa, ja, in der ganzen Welt. My mother done told me. Sieg Heil!
And there were some gullible ones who listened.
Wir müssen Limburger haben. Wir sollen ihn haben.
Especially one goose, more gullible than gooses. Geese usually go.
That's all right. That's the old stuff, kiddo. He's a smarter fellow with brains, huh? Like me.
Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil, boy. I'm from South Germany. Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! I'm a sick heiler, too.
E comincia contando. Sei tutte 9-10. Tutti frutti and all kinds of whips of cream and a wall of nuts.
Come to so erase all thoughts of peace from off this place? Have they forgot 'tis love that's right, and naught is gained by show of might? Then from out of the west came another partner to make a silly axis of himself.
I, a Japanese, a sapper man, sneaking on with a do. Just a Japanese, a sapper man, I'm a little crazy too. Ouch! Oh, sorry! Oh, so sorry! Oh, very, very sorry, Frieza. Oh, to apologizing like a Dickens. Oh, just a minute, Frieza. Oh, I am not a Japanese son of gun. Yeah, and I'm Mock Turtle Soup.
With spreading clouds of war, once more the Axis marched toward dreams of further conquest.
1, 2,
Button of my shoe.
3, 4, shut honorable door.
sticks.
7, 8,
Array them straight.
9, 10.
Begin again.
Mercy me, regretful sight. O branch of peace, forestall this fight. Kind sirs, change your warlike. Stop! Now, where were we? Oh, yes.
Peekaboo, Frisk. Busy little bee, aren't I?
I hate war, but once begun, well, I just didn't choose to run. So I can point with pride and say, there's 3 that didn't get away.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Being ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Home. They got it soft back there. They don't even know there's a war going on. Back in my hometown, take my old man. He's probably down at Kelly's. And more. I know what she's doing every afternoon. All afternoon. And Grandpa, he never did a day's work in his life. And my gal Sally Lou, she's probably out with some other guy at this identical moment.
Oh, my darling, what big eyes you have.
Jeez, they're loafing, playing, while I freeze up here. I wish I could see 'em. I'd tell 'em a thing or two.
Technical Ferry, first class, at your service. Okay, Snafu, maybe you got something there. Brass monkeys, but it's cold. Now let's take a look at the lazy-wazy home folks. Suppose we look at your old man first. Bridge game. Let's see how your ma is making out.
Hi-yo, Silver! Manure! Coming, Mother! This stuff sure makes things grow, don't
grandpa of yours.
They thought I was too old for this job. But don't bother me a bit. Shut them up immediately!
Sally Lou has joined the wax.
We're working like hell in the old hometown.
They're working in the old hometown.
Working in the old home. Gosh, I didn't know you cared. Woo-woo.
Get a load of this, folks. It says here, a constant menace to pilots are the gremlins who wreck planes with their diabolical sabotage. Gremlins. Oh, murder. Gremlins. What a fairy tale. Little man. Oh, brother. What's all the hubbub? Bub?
These blockbuster bombs don't go off unless you hit them just right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Mac. Let me take a whack at it.
What am I doing? Why, you little...
Gasp? Hey, I bet that was a... Say, do you think that... Hey, could that have been a... gremlin?
It ain't Vendel Vilkey!
Well, did you hit the head of one of them?
Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
That way.
Well, gee, thanks a lot, George. Thanks a lot.
What's the matter, Bunny Rabbit? Speak to me. Why don't you say something?
I'm only 3.5 years old.
I like him. He's silly.
Nice gremlin. Woo!
Going down. Sorry, folks. We ran out of gas.
Yeah, you know how it is with these hay-carts. And don't forget, folks, when you goes to the polls today, a vote for Popeye means free ice cream for all the kiddies.
All right, men, step right over here and get your free cigars.
And what we needs is bigger elephants in all our zoos. Oh my gosh.
Now, just remember your old pal Bluto at the polls today, fellers. And there's an extra cigar for each and every vote you give me. Yes, sir.
And furthermore, I promises 2 cans of spinach for every pot. Here's me past record, folks, which speaks for itself.
You double-crosser. Steal my voters, will you? That winning vote. Guess I'll do over the White House in canary with green trim.
the road, son. You're blocking traffic.
Oh, dear. I'll never finish my chores.
Miss Oil, I'd like you to vote for me for president.
If you want a good-looking guy in the White House, vote for me, babe.
I can't go to the polls till I get the wood all chopped for the winter.
No sooner said than chopped, darling.
That vote is mine.
Votes for me?
Well, the field still needs plowing.
Okay, Olive. All done. Now to the polls.
Oh, I almost forgot. That hay must be put in the hayloft.
Chores are all finished, Ollie. Shall we goes to the polls?
Popeye, I'm casting my vote for you.
Let's go, Toots. You're voting for me.
You, I'm not voting for.
Oh, yes, you are.
Dear Sally Lou, this is it. They'll be shipping us out soon. From the equipment, it looks like the South Pacific. This is confidential. So I'm sneaking this past the censor. our way to the port of embarkation, they gave us shots for tropical diseases, so I know it's the South Pacific. Hey, Bud, mail this for me. And get a foreign that's terrible one. Is there a postman in the house?
Technical Ferry, first class, at your service.
You gotta get this to Sally Lou.
But have you forgotten the censor?
It's okay. We got a private code.
Well, if you insist. But I'll hate myself in the morning.
Now I can fight in peace.
Oh, Mother, guess what? My snafu in a big surprise move. Bingo Bango Island. Big surprise. Don't tell us soon.
Bingo Bango. A big surprise. Don't tell. Big move.
Keep this to yourself, but...
Yes, a surprise.
Bingo Bango. Korin Tokyo, help! Korin Tokyo, help! Oh, sa to, tagoy.
What we're looking for?
Like I always said, every man his own censor.
Looks very good. On the whole, yeah.
Deutsche Skifflappen geflogen, with the commandos and they're all over the place. Ooh, verstunkene, that Hitler-Schwein. It makes me so mad if I don't listen more Troops to the schreien, the schießen, the schießen lassen. Ich weiß nicht, was der Letzte bedeuten, was ich schnell sagen kann. Schulz! Schulz! Du Dummkopf von Geharkenflutz! Wer hat die Kommandos durchgelassen? Hast du da Axe abgeschossen, no? Mach schnell, gesund, dick!
It's the sign of the old world over. It's the poor what gets the blame, while the rich has all the gravy. Now ain't that a blinkin' shame? Put out those lights!
Schultz!
Say, Liederkranz, what time is it?
When you hear the tone, it will be exactly 6:45 and 1/4. Schultz?
$6.45 and 1/4. May I present you with this little token of our esteem?
For me? Dankeschön, Dankeschön.
Oh, just a little going-away present. Well, see you around.
Schultz! Schultz! Heil Hitler!
Kannst du nicht sehen, dieser Telefon ist busy? Bleiben Sie ruhig. Bitte, mein Herr, haben Sie einen 5-Pfennig-Stick? Dankeschön. It's all yours, Von Limburger.
Hello, Schultz. I want you to... Oh, is that you, Mert?
Messerschmitt. A whole mess of Messerschmitt. A mess of Messerschmitt.
Now try and duck this one, you duck. Heil Hitler! Haben Sie geschieden? Hostieren! Eigentlich du, alle zusammengestunken. Hitler geschwürgelgruber. Ach du lieber, mein Herr, mein Pumpkin, mein Wild, mein heiliger Mensch!
fun. Life is sunny, oh my honey, ain't we got fun? We never worry, no reason to fuss. We never hurry, take it easy, that's all.
Okay, let it go!
To December, ain't we got fun? Only good times to remember, oh boy, what fun. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? In the morning, in the evening, ain't we got fun? Life is sunny, oh honey.
Run! Run!
Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. He can't hurt us. He can't get in here.
The cat! Lights out!
All clear. The cat's gone. Come on out, fellas. Hey, where is everybody? Huh?
What's the rush? I'm not going to hurt you. Look what I've got for you. Later. Listen, you can have all the cheese you want if you cut the voice. Oh, understand? Okay. There. That's better. Now get going.
That catty done told me out there in the kitchen.
That catty done told you what?
Oh, he's come here to save us and not to enslave us.
That cat's a rat just the same.
Oh, no, kids.
That cat is a two-face, a treacherous thing who'll leave us to sing the blues in the night.
Please take my advice and don't be naughty mice. Appease him,
or he'll get offended.
He wants to protect us from the ones who've wrecked us. Please him.
He wants to protect us.
That's what I've been saying.
Gee, that'll be fine.
Then hurry and sign a truce and go fight.
Have a feeling that you wanted something, but you didn't know what it was?
Yeah, oh sure. I always get that feeling too.
I know. I want a nice, fat, tender mouse.
Yes, sir, one nice, fat, tender mouse!
Look at them run!
You're a nice, fat, tender mouse. You'll do.
Shock!
Grit your teeth, show some fight in the stuff that you're made of. Remember to never say die.
We'll do more than that. Let's
we can do it again, and we will do it again. We've got a heck of a job to do, but you can bet it will see it through. We did it before, and we can do it again, and we will do it again. We're one for all and we're all for one. They'll get a licking before we're done. Millions of voices are ringing, singing as we march along. We did it before and we can do it again, and we will do it again. We'll knock them over and then we'll get the giant back to friend. We did it before, we'll do it again.
Now listen, men. To back us out of a guy, you better leave a socket touching up the sub, see? And remember, above all, to Edinburgh Dirigible, Reckonum Fosco, Fanny Schnipper, and a Filigadusha. You got that? Okay.
One more step, and I'll have isolated the virus of the common cold, Laryngitibus hackibus. Illudium Fosdex, check. Anti-proton ballast, check. Prepare afterburners for blast off. My biggest problem in this job is how to keep from disturbing the parents and getting them in a tizzy. Rock-a-bye doggy in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. And so, after answering the $64 million question correctly, I decided to take a few trips around the world. About time we threw a little light on the subject. First thing you gotta do is get their attention. Comfy? Have I got your attention? Okay, let's straighten out a few facts about you and the Army. Now then. Excuse me just a minute. Rock-a-bye doggy in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. You know, Ralphie, it's a funny thing, but every high school senior I've ever known thinks that when he gets into the service, all his buddies will look like a bunch of lower Slobovians. Of course, there's always one exception. You. Actually, they're going to be pretty much like the guys you're graduating with. Just plain old characters like Roy Robinson from Jefferson High in Portland, Oregon, Don Osgood from Page, Nebraska, Pete Willoughby, Los Angeles State College, Dick Martin from St. Peter's High in Worcester, Massachusetts. Oh, well. Nice guys who wash their teeth every day, get their hair cut regular, well, fairly regular.
Just a neck trim, please. Yes, sir. Just a neck trim.
Well, what do you know? There was a human being under that pelt after all. Another interesting idea held by a lot of otherwise bright high school seniors is that the Army has all the right size clothing, but that it's mainly interested in getting it on all the wrong size people. Well, nice comic book stuff. But actually, the Army's no more interested in putting you into the wrong-sized uniform than your football coach would be. And for the same reasons. It's not necessary, it's inefficient, and it's just plain sloppy. In other words, you'd be pretty useless to yourself or the team. You know, according to some comic strip artists, our friend here, is the kind of non-com you find in the Army. The way they tell it, basic training's supposed to be nothing but KP, obstacle courses, and being chewed out by a bunch of sadistic sergeants.
Hey, hold up! Arms! Hoop! Arms! 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 Hold up! Arms! Arms!
As a matter of fact, the Army's not about to use inefficient comic strip non-coms or officers any more than it would use outdated or inefficient weapons. No, the non-coms you're going to get acquainted with in basic will be very capable guys, and they'll be there for just one reason: to help you. You'll get to know men like Paratrooper Sergeant Mike Culhane, Master Sergeant Johnny Broderick from Okinawa in Korea, Corporal Tommy Webster, a high school senior when you were a junior, Sergeant Rod McCullum. He carries the Congressional Medal of Honor. Look, as long as we're on the subject, let's take a look at basic training and find out what it's really going to be like. Well, you're going to learn a few things at basic. Useful things, like how to handle weapons safely and effectively. And at 700 yards, I let him have it. You're taught to use a compass, how to read a map. Very impressive stuff later to the girl of your dreams. You'll learn how to pitch a camp and how to give first aid. The sort of knowledge that other, people will respect someday. You're also going to develop muscles that'll be useful later. Some you didn't even know you had. But then, it's not a bad idea to keep in shape for recreation, like boxing, football, skiing, and other, sports. You're going to learn to snap a salute to all officers. Now, where'd that custom come from? Well, the way I heard it, the only way one knight could recognize another knight under those cast-iron tuxedos was to lift his visor. It's a sort of hello among military men. Then one day, you're going to suddenly realize that you're beginning to look like and act like a soldier or a man. And you'll be surprised to find that you're very proud to be serving your country in the United States Army. A short intermission. Rock-a-bye doggy in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Okay, basics finished. Now what? Well, according to some comic strips, more endless months of KP, policing some forgotten post, and learning how to artistically goof off. But mainly, the rest of your Army career is supposed to be spent doing anything you're most unfit for. Humorous stuff, no doubt, but not good sense. Actually, the Army wants to send you where you'll be most useful and where you can serve the best. Where this will be is determined to a great extent by those interviews and aptitude tests you took in your first days as a recruit. So the chances are that... But wait, just a minute. Maybe you'd like to know before you start how you're going to spend your Army career. Maybe you'd like to choose the training you want and not leave it up to chance. If so, then the Army has a special deal you'll want to hear about. It's called Reserved for You. And in it, you pick the job training you want before you enlist. The Army then reserves that position in the world's finest technical schools until you complete basic training.
And now, let's go back to those dreams of yours. How about laboratory work in the medical field? The Army has some of the finest laboratory facilities, technicians, and scientists in the world. Well, that's just one of 127 courses offered by the Army. How about that dream of working with rockets or atomic power? How about guided missiles?
You choose it, the Army's got it. The only ticket you need to this program is one high school diploma. Sound good? Well, I can make it sound better. The whole deal is guaranteed by this letter, written to you by the Adjutant General of the United States Army. You don't sign anything until that letter is firmly in your hands. Fair enough? Let's see, adventure? Pick your branch. How about a real elite outfit? Armor. Tank Commander Phillips. Not bad. Travel? Man, you do ask the nicest questions. This is Paris, and it's no dream. It's solid, and it's yours. Ralph Phillips, USA. Sound pretty choice? Your local recruiter can fill in all the details. Today, if you like. But remember that you're going to look a lot bigger to the Army with that high school diploma under your arm. Oh, quick warning, though, Ralphie. You can only grab one of these special deals before you receive your induction notice. So why not call on the Army before the Army calls on you? What's the matter with you? You gone nuts or something? Remember, it's reserved for you.
Attention, please. This film, now released for public showing, has been captured from the enemy. It is a typical example of vicious Japanese propaganda. We are now privileged to witnessing demonstration of Japan's finest air raid siren. And now please to observing a look at listening post. Over here, our honorable aircraft spotter. Now we are showing you fire prevention headquarters. Oh, son of gun, too late. Incendiary bombs.
One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay.
Oh, losing face, please. Losing face. Kitchen hints. To demonstrate how to constructing a delicious Japanese club sandwich. Slice bread ration card, so. Place a piece of a meat ration card, so. Then eat them. Oh, yum yum sandwich. After eating, you are enjoying a crab. Presenting Nippon News Styles of the Week. Presenting Japanese victory suit. No cuffs, no pleats, No repels. No suit. These are Red Togason, bringing you highlights in the world of sports. Here we are seeing Japanese King of SWAT. General Hama demonstrates coolness and calmness of a Japanese officer during air raid. Flashes from the Axis. Berlin. Flash, the Fuhrer has just received a postcard from a friend vacationing abroad. Rome. The Rome Chamber of Commerce takes us for a visit through its celebrated ruins. For Japanese Navy or at sea. Oh, believe it or don't, this submarine launched 3 weeks ahead of schedule. Inside submarine, fearless sailors work in maze of intricate machinery, indicators and control levers. Oh, very, very technical. This happy gentleman are navigating a human torpedo. Very, very dangerous stuff. But he are not caring. Are you, happy gentleman? He are courageous like Dickens. Happy gentleman, have you anything to say? Oh, no, nothing except... Let me out of here! Now we are sneaking glimpse of plane being launched by Super Duper Catapult device. And here are Zero Fighter demonstrating new tricycle landing gear. Approaching into our scene are Honorable Skinamaru, our busiest aircraft carrier. Whoa, this little vessel are Navy Minesweeper.
I better hurry. I just got 10 minutes to catch my plane. Hold everything, fatso! Phew. This is your lucky day. Opportunity is knocking. But I've got a very important appointment. I'll say you have. My card. Yes, sir. Daffy Duck, personal representative of the most sensational discovery since the Sweater Girl. He's colossal, stupendous. One might even go so far as to say he's mediocre. I give you that paragon of pep and personality, Sleepy Lagoon. house. The kid's on. The orchestra gives him a 4-bar vamp, and the kid gives it to him like this. I'm just wild about Harry, and Harry's wild about me. Now the heavenly blisses of his kisses fills me with ecstasy. That's just a rough idea, you understand. He's the sweetest chocolate candy, and just like honey from a bee. Oh, I'm just wild about Harry, and he's just wild about, cannot do without. He is from the south, can't you hear me shout, talking with my mouth, could you ever doubt? He's just wild about me. The kid finishes mid thunderous applause. Hooray! Hey! He takes a bow. They're screaming for an encore. Encore! Give us more! We want more! Let's hear more! Give us some more! Give us some more! Ah, but does the kid give him another song? No. He makes with a banjo solo, like so. Just a minute, Chubby. You ain't seen half of the kid's repertoire. Well, here's one the kid does that you like. Hoo-hoo! Go, chicka-boom, chicka-boom, woo-hoo! Boom, chicka-boom, chicka-boom. When sweetie down the Rio de Janeiro, she makes up the caballero with something he can't resist. When she kisses him, he's just like enchiladas with a dish of capistrano, and I punch her right his fist. When she loves him, Nicoluna above. She is the one hot tamale who can love him good by golly in September and November. Not to mention cool December in the springtime, in the summer, or when autumn leaves are falling. She will love him. A-bum, la la, la 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 la. Woo! Even though you're only make living, laugh, Clara, laugh. I'm a cowboy, yes sir I am. Yes sir I am a cowboy, yes sir I am. I'm a cowboy, yes sir I am. Yes sir I am a cowboy. Yee-hee! We watch the skyways o'er the land and the sea, are ready to fly anywhere the duty calls, ready to fight to be free. You're just an angel in disguise, who wandered down from up above. La-da-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee. Over hill and over dale, we're always on the dusty trail, hunting fox and hunting quail, tally-ho! I am a hunting fool, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. My horse and I are of the finest breed, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Just like the wind, I ride my stalwart steed. Sure of foot, sure of eye, peeling onions make me cry. This makes no sense, so do I. So don't you go and beat me, Daddy, to the nearest bar, yeah! And now the kid goes into his finale. And what a finale! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! All right, let's see what the kid can do. Okay, Sleepy, do your stuff.
Let springtime blossoms bloom again in the garden.
My heart.
guns, I have nothing to fear, oh. My guns are the best, they can meet any test. Oh, I'll be the war's greatest hero. Oh, I'm the world's best damn fighting machine, oh. Them Nazis will learn what I mean, oh. My wonderful guns will murder them bums, and I'll bury them in the latrine, oh. Stick him up or I'll blow your brains out. What a rifle! Kamerad! That rifle looks just a bit gooey. If you think I am scared, you're plumb screwy. Go on, fire away, but your damn gun's full of luck, or nothing comes out but just hooey. What a gun, I'm defeated. Such a gun just can't be beaten. That gun was neglected, no water connected, no wonder it got overheated. Now into German army, mein lieber Herr, our weapons work fine, 'cause we give them great care. I am thinking. Oh, you're perfectly safe, I am thinking. It's musty and dusty and mighty damn rusty. Conditions inside are just stinking. Really, they are. He winds up behind fence. Snafu is the war's greatest zero.
Or nature spirit backwards is Yamashita. It now give honorable Japanese announcer great pleasure to present Tokyo Rose.
Woody Herman, T. Darcy, B. Goodman, H. James G. Krupa, and L. Stokowski. So watch over some
fellas, this is the sad sack. And believe me, after the war, I may be bringing my family to live here in Tokyo, in Japan. Oh, it's lovely. All they feed me is peaches and pile of mode. And I'm drinking nothing but the rum and Coca-Cola.
Thank you. And how are you, jive bugs? Before I slap on that first hot cider for you, just a few words about those war bonds they've been asking you to buy. What do they want you to buy? A North Pole and a South Pole, that's why. Help the war effort. Truly, they aren't thinking of you guys at all. Besides, what good will bonds do? I ask you, what good will bonds do?
What good will bonds do?
Furthermore,
what good will bonds do, she says. I'll show her what good will bonds do.
Oh, boy, what corn.
Tokyo Rose? Greetings from Uncle Sam's Navy, whose intentions are really quite plain. They're sending you more of these presents. Again and again and again. Sign here, please.
Ooh, does your face a fear of different oratory?
Yes, sirree, sailor. Today, your war bonds are fighting with you on all the battlefronts. But tomorrow, when the war is over, that shell will be returned to you.
Hey!
Oh, there you are, sailor. I never forget a face.
Oh, you.
You gotta be fixed up with a lot of things. First you want some civvies. Oop. Some spending, Mazuma. And a real post-war gow job.
Hey, gee whiz.
Now, is there anything else you'll be wanting?
Yeah, but, I can take care of that myself. Oh, Bishy.
Howdy, folks. You know, I reckon a lot of you people out there are sort of wondering about us here on the farm during this war. Well, I want you to know that we're prepared for any emergency. Yes, sir, just like the city folks. Now, take this farmer here. Why, he's heard and read about them there incendiary bombs. You know what he's done? He's even trained his pet dog to help put out the fires. Here's his dog just about to go into action. He's a full-blooded Spitz. Now take this here cow, for instance. Why, you know, she's increased her production, and she's now given 5,000 quarts of milk a day. And it seems like a lot of milk, but 5,000 quarts is what she gives.
Gives nothing. They come in and take it from me.
What a performance! Well, look who's here. It's old Tom. You know, old Tom was about the oldest cat in these here parts. Yes, sir. Why, he's been around for the last 3 wars, and he knows that this one will turn out all right, too. Say now, would you look at that? A teeny little woodpecker. Now, I bet you I know what he's aiming to be when he grows up. I reckon he plans to be a riveter at Lockheed.
Ooh, look at the tat's tail. Ooh, yet I do. I did a whipping. I I doed it.
You know, we American people always sort of look forward to Thanksgiving, and this year is certainly no exception. This year turkey is getting fattened up. Yes, sir. He's getting lots to eat, and you know what? When he reaches 20 pounds, he'll be ready for the oven.
20 pounds? Oven?
You know, these turtle eggs, they've been laying around in the sun for quite a spell, and, well, what do you know? Looks like they're getting ready to hatch.
I doed it again.
Well, as I was saying, these little turtles are born with a natural bomb-proof shelter on their backs. Ain't that cute? What in the world has come over that? Hey, little fella, what do you think you are?
Beep, beep. I'm a Jeep. Jeep, Jeep.
Well, now that we're back on the farm, let's sort of peek in on a young fella who's a-courting his sweetie.
Maria Elena, would you be my, would you like, no. Would you be my, oh, gosh, I wish there was a blackout. Blackout! Oh, boy, oh, boy, blackout! Blackout!
I just don't know what has come over the caterpillars. Just seem to lay around and look glum. Well, would you look at that little feller? He sure looks happy, don't he?
Happy? Of course I'm happy. I just got a retread.
These little fireflies here are gonna stage a practice blackout. Looks like they're set to go. Okay, lights out. Hey there, turtle. You better pull into your shelter. It's a blackout.
Nope, I did nothing out.
Pull your head in. That's better. Why in the world didn't you want to go into your shell?
Well, I'm afraid of the dark.
All right, fireflies. Blackout's over. Hey, you. You on the end. Yes, you. What happened to your light? Hey, who's the bulb snatcher? Who's the bulb snatcher? Did you ever see a prettier sight than this here mother bird? She is a-teaching her little son how to fly.
It's very easy, darling. Just flap your wings like this. See? Come on now. Do as Mommy did.
I want to be a dive bomber.
I guess about the only living creatures that haven't been affected by the war are the famous swallows of Capistrano. Yes, sir. As you all know, these here birds return to the mission on a certain day each year, and we're here just in time to see them come back. They'll be along any minute now.
Telegram for the audience.
What does it say?
It says here, we are out over the ocean. Can't even get close to land. We can't fly to Capistrano. Past the 4th Interceptor Command. Signed, the Swallows.
Now, you folks all know how valuable carrier pigeons is in wartime.
I doed it!
As I was saying, about them there carrier pigeons, well, now this proud couple is famous around these parts.
During the last war, they gave more sons to the service than was ever thought possible. Well, more.
We did it before, and we can do it again, and we will do it again.
We're in to win, so let's begin to do the job with John. We're in to win, turn in your tin and listen to it plunk. To our nation's call, every rubber ball goes to conquer freedom's foe. Freedom's foe? Freedom's a foe. Oh, freedom's foe. We're in to win, our staff is in, so to victory, let's go. And do the job with John. Pots, pans, old tin cans, pails, nails, empty gales, fats, hats, rubber mats, missing legs, kitchen sinks, garbage cans, electric fans, rubber boots, bathing suits, reels, wheels, run-down heels, beds, springs, piston rings, metal shears, old tin ears. Tires, chains, water mains, skates, plates, furnace rates, pitching forks, rubber corks, sacks, racks, railroad tracks, clothes, hose, fiddle bows, plugs, lugs, bathroom rugs, cotter keys, housemaid needs, rubber bands, birdcage stands, metal snips, pillow slips, locks, locks, grandpa clocks. And that's why we're in to win. Well, how do you like that, Sickle Gruber?
Destroy that scrap pile! 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 Destroy! 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 That scrap pile! Destroy that scrap pile! Who goes there? Mice. Moose. Saboteurs, I betcha. I thought so. Put your hands up. You criminals are all alike. I can see it in your eyes. Just a stupid ignoramus. A numbskull, a nitwit, a nincompoop. Why, it's just a poor little sick billy goat. Hey, William, this'll fix you up. A sodium acetyl salicylate. Listen to it fizz.
hypergasidity banishes after-dinner discomfort and loginess. Say, this tin termite is a Nazi, a folk wolf in sheep's clothing. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? I'm through. Oh, what I'd give for a can of spinach now.
Shame, Daffy. Shame.
Creak, 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 Uncle Dillingham duck. Did I cry spinach when I stood a duck on Plymouth Rock? Did I in Washington give up with Valley Forge and Hawk? Did Daniel Boone and me quack quits when Injun shaved our scalp? Did John Paul Duck give up the ship or ever holler help? Hey, Daffy, Americans don't give up. No, Daffy, Americans don't give up. That's right. And I'm an American duck. Up there in the sky, it's a bird. No, it's a plane. No, it's Super American. A dream. It was all a dream.
Hey! Next time you dream, include us out.
The enemy has fled, abandoning the area. As our forces move up, they must exercise great care. Every object is a possible booby trap. Some booby traps are more alluring and ingenious than others. If you are a boob, you will be trapped.
Wish the hell you'd shut up. I ain't no boob and I won't be trapped. I wonder, could this be one of them there booby traps? Could be. to hell with it. I never could get that last note anywho. Boy! Tobacco! You know, I ain't had a good smoke in years. Hiya, Toots. What cooks? Something new has been added. Booby traps. Safe at last. Well, at least up here, I don't have to worry about no booby traps.
Hey, what's going on here?
Ah, gee, what's the big idea, Uncle Popeye? You spoiled our 4th of July.
Listen, kids, fireworks is too dangerous. I'm gonna see that you has a safe and sane 4th of July.
Who wants to be safe? Yeah, and who wants to be safe?
Just a minute, kids, and we'll all play some nice games.
Come on, Uncle Popeye. Let's play baseball.
That's a good game. Let's go. Okay, boys, here comes me famous Dipsky Doodles rock pitch. Strike one.
Come on, let's get off fireworks and have some real fun.
Stand by, boys. These hot dogs will be barking in a minute. Hop in, boys. We're gonna have a nice drive in the country.
That's
outside. It's beautiful. Why, them rascals, they double-crossed me. Look out! Meat house! Oh boy, this is fun. Yeah, and it's safer than shooting off fireworks.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to soar higher than any plane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Lois Lane of the Daily Planet.
Clark Kent, Planet.
And in operation, this stabilizer is one of the most effective yet devised, representing an investment in years of the...
How'd you like to be making the test flight in this, Lois?
Maybe I will.
Fine chance.
Everyone off, please. Everyone off.
Come on, Lois. That's us. Say, by the way, Lois. Lois.
Now, nothing will interfere with voyage to Tokyo.
Help! Help! Japs are stealing the giant bomber. Hurry up!
Attention, all pilots. Giant bomber being stolen. Take off immediately.
Well-placed bomb will stop pursuit.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Stop where you are. Leave plane immediately, or girl will be released.
Okay, little man. You win.
Well, you're safe in this plane, Lois.
I'd feel much safer if Superman were here.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Superman. Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
I just learned a secret. It's a honey. It's a pip. But the enemy is listening, so I'll never let it slip. 'Cause when I learn a secret, boy, I zipper up my lip. Now, the military secret that I carry in my brain, I keep in safe deposit with a padlock and chain. You bet I got a secret. And I bet we find it out. The soldier's got a secret, but I bet we find it out. Hello, Ma. I got a secret. I can only drop a tip. Don't breathe a word to no one, but I'm going on a trip. Shh. Don't breathe a word to no one, but he's going on a trip. Hey, give me some magazines to read for when I'm on the ship. Don't breathe a word to no one, but he's going to go by ship. It's a cinch to keep a secret if a fella just takes care. He's sailing on a troop ship. Now we got to find out where. I'm a sound and silent soldier, just as steady as a rock. Here's to my little secret with its chain and padlock. Hello, baby. Hiya, Sussy. Say you're a nifty trick. I hope I meet some babes in Africa as cute as you are. This message is important. I must rely a double trick. It's been a wonderful evening, and I'd like to stay some more. But I gotta get a move on now. I sail at 4:30. He's got to get a move on now. He sails at 4:30. Hey, the troop ship bound for Africa pulls out at 4:30. Calling all Wolfpacks. Calling all Wolfpacks. The transport ship for Africa pulls out at 4:30. Fire! Now, who in hell do you suppose it was that let my secret out? What was that I heard you say, my little sauerkraut? He wonders who in hell it was that let his secret out.
morning. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Have you had your tasty toasties this morning? Good for you. And now from... Don't touch that dial. And now for our morning exercises. Open those windows. Take a deep breath.
Egbert! Egbert! Hey, Egbert! Hey, you're on your toes, boy. We gotta catch a spy. Come on, we'll track him down and toss him in the clink. Come on, let's go. Come on, Egbert. Hurry up. Say, have you seen a spy around here?
Does he look like this?
Yeah, that's him.
No, I have not seen him.
I bet that's the... Now at 3 o'clock, war savings time. Kabloom! Hey, you. Stick 'em up. I bet you're that old,
Well, I'm not so sure that you're Porky Pig either. There's your license. Can't you see the white line? There's the fire. Move along or I'll run you in, Bob.
You know, I'm really getting suspicious of that guy.
Herr Pig, it is 1 minute to 3. Do you see that little bag?
You mean that one?
Yeah, at exactly 3 o'clock, that little... Yipe! Here.
You know, that guy sure does act suspicious. And that thing ticks just like a bomb! Yeah, that's all right. That's just my little old heart.
I knew it! Oh, this gall-darn imitation earsop sting. It never works. Never works. It works! It works! It works! It works! It works! Sieg Heil!
Give that guy the air.
Oh, yeah, I likes the air, and I'm going along, see?
Yeah, well, I'm going out with it, see?
Oh, is that so? Well, I ask her first. Besides that, two's company, and you're a crowd. Yeah. Ooh, I guess she's going with herself.
I'm crazy about a man in a uniform.
Would you like me if I wore a uniform?
Why, I just love you.
Wow! Look me up. I want to join up.
I've only got room for one, and it's gotta be good.
Well, that's me, brother.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow.
Take a look at this. Just to give you an idea what a big star I was in the movies. One of those big shots, you know. Well, I guess they're kind of quiet now. Oh, big shot, eh?
It's kind of quiet around here, don't you think?
Take it in, eh? Well, I'll make a little noisy for you.
What do you got there? Sissy Perella or something?
Get your eye on this.
Well, I could do that with a trick gun myself.
How do you like that, Colonel, here?
Not bad.
Why, that's nothing. Get a load of this, Colonel. I played a dual role in this picture.
Very good.
Reporting for duty, sir. Oh.
If you think that's good, look at this. That's the horse. It ain't me, you know. That's the horse. Get your tootsies up there, baby, and I'll give you a nice first-class manicure.
Why the man's weak? Here's a little horse play I was in once,
That's great.
Oh.
Why, I'm better than that one I've run, and this'll prove it. Another one of me big scene there, I'll show you that.
Whoa. Oh. Wow. Hey, watch where you're going with that. Whoa. Heavy traffic here. Wow.
Hey, Colonel, how do you like that?
Yeah, but this is what followed.
Let me see.
Now, this is where I do my stuff.
You're the man we want.
Well, thanks, Your Honor.
Why, he can't even carry a gun.
Is this so? Wow.
Hold in. About face. At ease.
Company, attention. Shoulder arms. Forward, march. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Company dismissed.
You know what? I told you I wanted a soldier.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
A soldier returns from the global grind. Home is ahead, the front is behind. A soldier returns And his hometown is proud. Look at that brass band. Look at that crowd. Our returning hero has, no doubt, a million things to talk about. Safe at home, away from battle, restricted stuff makes harmless prattle.
Our outfit's number 999. Now, we hold the center of the line. The British hold the hills just west. A pillbox here, machine gun nest, 200 medium tanks, the best.
Now you've got that off your chest. Why not go out and blab the rest?
Our landing field, boy, is that sweet. It measures 15,000 feet with 9 new runways, all concrete. Those new Jap tanks sure pack a punch. They knocked out Battery B. If those nips ever start to push, they'll shove us in the sea.
Flashing to you the news of the day. Our new secret weapon did this to the foe. What hit you, Tojo? Wouldn't you like to know?
I know what did it, what made the big hole. Our new flying bazooka with radar control. You see, I know all about it. I was right there. I seen it with my own eyes. The propelling charge is attached to the tail surface, and the booster adapter activates the bobrick, which sets off the fuse in the trail fast. Therefore, giving the bore a casual stroke pending on the setting of the carburation, which is timed with the 88C spark plugs, which in turn can ramsets. Our very next move, well, this is straight from the boss, is amphibious attacks on the Shoshana Pass, see? At dawn, we're moving. The flagellants are all galore. A new prank of stifles, I'll just stir to the shore. Naturally, it concerns not only, but without it, what would we have? Indubitably. And by the way, speaking of convoys, do you know that when I sailed with a 999, without a single ship to protect us, why, the things we saw en route and the places we went. Now, this is strictly confidential, and you'll treat it so, I hope. But strictly confidentially, here's the latest dope. Now, coming in at 74 degrees, we placed our guns and major artillery around here. And besides that, not many crews.
You might just as well write it all over the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, the War Department regrets to announce that due to recent leaks and restricted military information, our entire 999th Division has been annihilated by the enemy.
The 999th? Our own outfit. Some guy shot his mouth off. Any joint that'd do that ought to be run over by a streetcar.
right angle to the rectangle, 63 degrees. Ah!
comes marching home again. Hurrah, hurrah. We'll give him a hearty welcome then. Hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer, the boys will shout, the ladies, they will all turn out and we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again. Hooray, hooray. There's many a gal will try to make him name the day. Though his heart will spin and he'll want to fall, the chances are that he'll love them all. Better hide your gal when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. We're gonna sing hallelujah on that happy day. We will take the helmet that Johnny got and turn it into a flower pot, and we'll be so gay when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. The Colonel and Johnny will be bosom pals that day. Though the Colonel claims to be 58, they'll both go out on a double date. What a time there'll be when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. We're gonna make up for every night he's been away. When he wants a kiss, we will give him 10, and then we'll ask for them back again. We will shout, amen, when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. She's gonna be back in circulation night and day. In a uniform she may look so cute, but we like her in a bathing suit. We can hardly wait till Jenny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, we'll kiss. When Jenny comes marching home again, we'll call, woo-hoo! We will say, oh, Johnny, you're so divine. And we'll say, Jenny, oh, please be mine. Life will be so fine when everyone's marching home. When singing out Johnny, we don't mean a special one. The Johnny we mean can be most anybody's son. Now we all know what Johnny did at war, but do you know what he did before? Won't you listen, 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 listen. Johnny Smith was a baker's son, moved around till he got his gun. He made it hot for the enemy, now he rolls in dough in the bakery. Johnny Jones was a choir boy, kinda shy, yes, and kinda coy. He shot down when the enemy prayed, now he's back singing peace refrain. Johnny D was a football pro. He joined up and he blocked the foe. Now he'll star with the Jersey Blades. He kept in trim throwing hand grenades. Johnny Black left the college green, saw a red flag in the B-19. Skies are blue now and for his part, Johnny Black got the Purple Heart. When Johnny comes marching home upon this shore again, we'll pray that he'll never have to go to war again. Now that we can welcome a peaceful day, let's fight to keep it this very way. Let the world turn out to sing and shout when Johnny comes marching home again. When Johnny comes marching home again.
One man absent, sir.
side. Detail, hold! Dismissed.
Pardon me. Gas on the stomach. I'll surround him. Now you go that way. And, you go that way. And you... Oh, that's me. I'll go this way.
This is the life. Laying out here in the sunshine with the chirping of the bluebirds, the hum of the bees, and the smell of new mown hay, and apple blossoms, and fly paper.
Fly paper?
No mask. I didn't know you cared.
What's the matter, Fox? Did I scare you?
Of course not. I'm not afraid of guns. Why, I shot down Zero without a gun.
Did?
It was back in 1943, when I was aboard a flat top in the Pacific. I was on an important assignment for the skipper. Hey, you guys! Hit the deck and man your plane! There's a Jap overhead! Zero with war bonds. Think the rising sun with war bonds as your gun. War bonds are ammunition. Ammunition? And our war bonds not only helped win the war, but they paid for our home, our new furniture, our plane, and as a matter of fact, if it wasn't for our war bonds, you wouldn't be here.
Huh. That ain't the way I heard it.